Let's take our seats.
I know, I've got sweaters, scarves, this could be a little easier than the last one now. Here, Lane.
Good afternoon. I want to welcome you to the third of 3 Arbor Day celebrations today here in Kenosha, and I'm glad there's not 4. We would have needed winter coats. Today we're honoring the memory of Ronald Frederick with the planting of the Autumn Blaze maple, which is a beautiful maple hybrid comprised of 2 native maples, combining the best of both. They have a beautiful fall color and they're tough. So we'll go on. I have Mayor Dave McDowell next.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you all for being here today. Judy, it's a pleasure to be here with you. I know Alderman Pizzala, we chatted, just chatting with Sister. It's still hard for me. It's still shocking to me. A guy who devoted his entire life to this city, a guy who devoted his entire life to protecting all kinds of people everywhere. When I first ran for alderman in 2008, one of the first people I talked to was Ronald Frederick. And he gave me a lot of advice. Some I agreed with, some I didn't. But he told you what he thought. And the one thing I learned from him is again, it's how compassionate he was for this community, in particular this neighborhood. And when Alderman Pizzala approached me about doing something for Ron, I couldn't think of a better location, a better thing than right here, right down the street from his house. I can see it from here. Probably many of you sat in his front living room talking about issues, talking about the traffic on 60th Street, talking about how we need to fix this road. Ron, it's fixed, it's all good. Talking about making sure you take care of these people behind us in this building here right now, which he was so passionate about. It's something he cared a lot about. I just learned so much from this guy over the years. And the one thing I learned from him is loyalty, friendship, and commitment to your city. And if we could all embody that just for 5 minutes, just think of the amazing world that we would have. And so, having this tree here in front of this fire station, a man who devoted his life on the Police and Fire Commission, making sure he was protecting those in public service, public safety, working so many years to care for this community. He's just a treasure that, sorry, it's the 3rd one today, and I tell you, this is the toughest one because he was such a great person, and I truly miss him. I miss the conversations, but his spirit will remain forever, particularly in this location. So Ron, wherever you are, we love you, we miss you. Judy, we love you. We're here for you and your family as we continue to deal with this. But we know that he would be very happy and honored to have this place on this site, looking out for the men and women of Kenosha Fire for the rest of our days. So thank you all for being here. God bless you and have a good day.
Currently new Parks Director. This is your 2nd year. Arbor Day celebrations, so I'd like to bring you up and say a few words.
Well, Ron's tree here is, I'm not loud, so I'm going to do my best to project. Ron's tree here is one of our 3 Arbor Day celebration trees. However, we are going to pull 29 trees today. With the help of a grant we received for Washington Park. So unfortunately it's not 1,000,000 trees like they originally planted on the first Arbor Day 153 years ago. But we're working on it. We're 29 today. And the 300 we plant on an annual basis throughout the city as well. So thank you guys for all coming out. We appreciate it. Orange tree is a very special.
some dude and letting us meet him. A lot of people know how he was appreciated. So thank everyone for coming, please.
Ron was also a strong voice for labor in our community. In fact, his first elected position was President of United Steelworkers of America, Local 9322 at the American Brass. We had some rough times. We had a 9-month strike, we had a 6-month strike, we had a 2-week strike. And Ron was always a strong voice for labor in our community. He will be missed.
I'm not good speaker, but I'm really part of it. Ron was my constituent, and when I got nominated, out the nomination paper in 23, I went to a policy and asked me for this crosswalk. I wasn't sure for that. We asked me for crosswalk. I looked out the door while I was standing there talking to him and noticed the pedestrian crossing there, so I noticed he really wanted that and what he wanted it for. So I came back to this house and put my signage on. He mentioned it to me again. And the Monday after we had passed, I was planning to come over and ask him just what he wanted for walking, or if it was for the ice cream shop. And we passed on that Friday, so I didn't get a chance to ask him when he was under the concert. So I wanted to know the legalities and all that, so I went down to City Hall and asked him how we could do it. This is where it started. I talked to Meredith and John Morrissey, and they said, well, wasn't sure, but we should do more for it. And that's why you kind of changed. After this was done, we were doing a memorial walk, from the ice cream shop. All right? I had a little problem doing this because the ice cream shop sold in the meantime. It took 9 months to put the crosswalk out there. So the woman who has the busy pop soda or whatever it is, she didn't know this person walking over today. So that's what they walked over.
It's hard to believe. Time goes by so quickly. I can think back 45 years ago when I first met Ron. Ron and I ran against each other. Oh, and by the way, Mayor, if Ron was here today, you know what he would have told you?
Shut the road down.
Why didn't you close the road down? Jeez Louise, come on. Ron and I ran.
Ice cream.
But it's been one of those situations where Ron and I got to know each other. Ron and I ran against each other. I don't know how many people actually remember that. But the two of us ran against each other for the state assembly. And he used to always joke after that election. He goes, thank God I won. And that's just what you're putting up with. So it was always the way Ron was. He was always fun to be with. He was always good-natured. He was always kind. And in politics today, you don't find people that are there that just want to give you advice and mean it from his heart. And that was Ron. He liked people. He wanted to know what's best for the community. He had no problem telling you what he thought. But he didn't know what you looked at him and said, thank you. You could always count on him being there to speak to you on what you believe and how you feel. And we used to have coffee all the time. I miss that not having coffee all the time. But at this point in time, all we can do is say, Ron, miss you. There's not going to be, there are only so many characters that are created. He was a character. So he was sorry to see him go, but at the same token, thank you for all that you have done. And I'm going to finish off this with one last thing, something that for those of you who have come to many of these will remember Phil Sanders. And Phil would always come to the tree and basically say, grow well, young tree, grow well. This is our future. It's our past, it's our future. And so with that, I want to thank you all for being here. And Ron, if I was still mayor, I would have closed the road.
try not to say too much, but some of you know Ron has a very special place in my heart. Being involved in labor, when he met me, and he's like Bob. He loves seeing women in leadership. And Ron, others have heard me say this before, the first time I met Ron, he actually scared me. But as I got to know him, he was a very compassionate, kind person. He had this strong passion about what he believed was right and about treating people right and treating employees right. And I then worked with him while he was on the county board. And that's where I really got to know him, was through that. And when I knew that he had to eventually stop running, but he was such a solid, balanced contributor to our community and to the county board. One of the other things I wanted to say, when Joe and I got married in 21 during COVID, there were a few people that we invited, and Judy and Ron was one of the couples. Ron had become like a family member to me, and I don't have much family, and so certain people have really stuck out and really touched my heart, and Ron was one of those. I would also like to say on behalf of Mary and Ed and Vicki, they would be here. They're not here yet, they're in Florida, but I know that Ron's very, very special to Ed, and I just wanted to make it known that they're not missing for any reason except that they can't be here. Thank you.
I knew Ron almost 50 years, and when I was told by the Tenuta sisters I was going to serve on the AFL-CIO Council, along with Judy Jensen, I think we were both about 19 at the time, Ron was already on there and definitely showed us the ropes and definitely told us when we were on the line. He said, you don't have to talk so much, so I'll try and keep it brief here. But what a great guy. I think very few people know about the range of things that he did throughout his career in Kenosha County. It was absolutely remarkable. When I first met him, he was a home secretary for State Senator John Mauer. John Collins was close with him as well. And then, he went on. He was obviously county board member. As our state senators have very big and organized labor, not only with the steel workers, but the head of the AFL-CIO. He headed so many committees to organize labor. It was absolutely remarkable. But also, he's a county treasurer for a while. He held a job as a director of a senior community services for many years. He did a lot of what? Gateway Board. And with the senior volunteer, I want to say he helped so many families. I mean, it was unbelievable how many people you run into that said, oh yeah, Ron took care of that for us. And and of course the Gateway Board for years, he was so proud of the role he played there, and he really made such a difference in everything he did. And he's somebody that I think our community is just so incredibly fortunate to have had, be willing to give so much of himself in so many different capacities. And I remember when I ran to come back to the legislature, we had a sign group, they put up a sign. He calls, he said, what the hell is that little sign doing? Get a big sign out there. You always, like, you knew Ron's house a mile away. And I don't know, Judy, if there's a covenant in that house, you have to let us put our signs up there, but I hope so. But really and truly, just as the mayor said, just a great friend to everybody. Tremendous commitment to this community. Something whose mark will be left for generations to come. Thank you.
If no one else wants to speak, I think we should be down and get some of the milk around this tree.
Judy, grab a shovel. You gotta tell us. Before everybody leaves, we want everybody to go over where Alderman Wilson is so we can get a complete picture of everybody here. Behind the tree, please.
Behind the tree.
Behind the tree.
Well, depends on which way the tree is facing.